Hi everybody, I just got finished watching all of your Flipgrid videos and it's super fun to get to know you all. So many of you have so much going on and I'm really excited to see how that sort of connects to the content in this course and how that all plays out. I want to take a couple of minutes, it's probably going to end up being a little longer than that, to show you our course shell and how to navigate each week and go through week 2 and kind of give you an idea of what my expectations are for this upcoming week. So bear with me. This probably won't be the most exciting video that I ever post, but I hope that it will be pretty helpful. So again, my name's Emily Finney and I'm your instructor for this course. I know some of you watched my Flipgrid video, so you already know that, but sometimes with an online course it's hard to get to know your instructor. So hopefully these videos will help a little bit, and let's go ahead and get started on going through week 2. So you should see my screen is the home page for our course. So we have the welcome news note that I posted week 1, and then soon this video will be uploaded to news as well, so then you'll see that there too. So if I'm an online student in this class and I want to know what's expected of me this week, I'm going to hop over to content, and you see in content we have syllabus and assignment details, so hopefully that's where you read through the syllabus. Week 1, you should have already completed those assignments, and then now we're at week 2, which is our first real week of content. So you see here that I have listed what is expected of you throughout the course, and then throughout the week, and then there are links to each of those things below. So number 1, read chapter 12 from Moreno, Assessment in the Classroom. This is the only scan chapter we're going to read. There's not a really good piece on assessment in the textbook that you buy for this class, so we're going to use Moreno for this, and then you'll have the Ormerod book for the rest of the semester. So it says this is a scan chapter. Here's the Moreno chapter right here. I've already got it open here. Chapter 12, Assessment in the Classroom. This first page has a really helpful flowchart on it. One of your discussion board questions is to classify the assessments in this course. So if you see here, there's a list of types of classification: formal and informal, formative and summative, teacher-made and commercially made. That's what I'm looking for whenever I ask you to classify, and tell me why you know that discussion boards are informal versus formal, or why you know that the midterm and the final exam are summative versus formative. How can you tell that from the information in the book? And then the second question asks if the assessments in this class are effective. So this is what I'm talking about when I say effective. Validity, reliability, fairness, and practicality, and then there are different types of validity. So you'll want to read through that in the book. You only have to answer one of the discussion questions, but you should answer it really thoroughly because it's worth 20 points. So I have really high expectations for those. If you go back to content, sorry, my computer's being. If you go back to content, there's a rubric for weekly assignments and reflections. And so if you want to know what a really good weekly assignment looks like, you document your sources, it's written correctly, and it addresses the issues in an exemplary manner. So I really care about documentation of sources. I really want to know that you're reading the book. That's my way to make sure that you're engaging with the content because we're not in class face-to-face. There are also rubrics here for your reflection journal and for your peer responses. So you'll notice for full points for peer responses, you also have to cite the textbook. Like I said, it's really important to me that you're engaging with the content because I'm not there face to face to sort of shove it at you. So I have to trust that you're reading the book on your own, and your discussion boards are my way of seeing that. So let's go back. So read chapter 12, answer discussion board A or B, and that's due Wednesday, and we just talked about how to be successful. Respond to at least 2 classmates. That's due Friday, so each one of those responses is worth 5 points, and again, refer to the rubric for how to be successful in that. And then post your reflection journal should you choose. You get to choose the 8 weeks of the semester that you post, and they are due by dead week. So on page 450 of the scanned chapter, there's a journal activity that might be helpful in getting you started on those reflection journals, but you're by no means tied to that. Reflection journals are about you connecting the content to your future career, to your life, to the sports that you're playing, to the children that you're raising, to the part-time job that you have, whatever it may be. So we have the chapter and then a PowerPoint that might help you through the chapter, the weekly assignment, which is the discussion board, a link to your reflection journal, and then a link to Learning Project Part 1 because it's due next week. So you'll see sometimes on the bottom of your to-do list it will say look ahead, and it will tell you if a large project is due the upcoming week, and that means that I want you to spend more than just next week working on it. So go through Learning Project Part 1, be sure and open that up, read through. There's a really helpful rubric there. That's exactly how I'm going to grade it. There are two options. One is more creative, one is writing a paper. I know some people really prefer one over the other. So read through that. If you have any questions, please send me an email. Hopefully I have met your expectations with email response time. I get the emails to my phone, so typically, if I'm available, I'll respond as quickly as possible. You'll receive a response from me within at least 24 hours, unless it falls on the weekend, and then sometimes that takes a little bit longer because I take my weekends too. So hopefully that answers your questions. I'm really excited to talk about assessment with you all this week in the discussion board, and it was really fun to meet you all via Flipgrid. And please send me an email, or I guess we don't really have an office phone. I'm sure there's a phone number on the syllabus, but just send me an email and we will set up a time to chat if you need to chat face-to-face if you're that type of communicator. Otherwise, have an excellent week, and I look forward to reading your work.